Oh, Cody. Can you
Yeah.
stop? Can you stop with the bells, please?
No, I can't. I have so
Oh,
much Christmas spirit.
okay. We'll just. Hmm.
So much Christmas spirit.
Well, humbug
No.
slaps bells from your hand. Welcome,
Nope, nope, nope,
survivors.
nope.
Nope.
Hello, survivors. Welcome
Damn
to
it.
Let's Die Revenant, the His vs. Hers guide to surviving impossible things. And this week we are surviving the Crimbus apocalypse.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Back.
It has been some time.
Totally didn't have a break.
No, we had a very successful and very fun Saw themed episode for Halloween, and then we took a couple of months off for the holidays, and it was a much needed break, I think, for all of us.
Yeah.
We worked Klay and Nick to the bone, like
Oh,
all the
yes.
way deep down, and poor me and Cody were just a slab of meat upon the heap of various lab technological duties. Speaking of Klay and Nick, they are here outside of their test tubes. What?
What?
Hello,
What?
gentlemen. Hi, Klay.
Hi.
There he is. Christmas, y'all like it? But before that, there's this. I just wanted to say thank you so much for listening, and also expect another break after this, at least for a couple months. Me and Cody are gonna reconvene for season 6 and figure out what all we want to do and when we want to do it. But you can expect that to hear some new content sometime next year. Also, my video software that I use is a piece of shit, so you won't be able to watch this episode on YouTube. Sorry. Unless it's
I'm not.
I'm a little sad. I have such a cool background. But hey, the Christmases. It's a jingle jangle time of the year where we're all full of joy and Christmas cheer. Cody, do you like it? Do you like the Winter Wonderland?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Bah humbug. I'm the same. Yeah, it's not Halloween, so therefore it's bad.
So I don't know, I've just never really given a crap about any of it. So like I don't have I don't have a tree, I don't have anything. I just see it as a time of year where everyone leaves campus and I get to get work done without
Everyone leaves
undergrad being here.
Krampus. Oh.
Campus, and
I
get
usually
to
put
get my
out
work done.
I usually put 2 floodlights out on my porch and then just rotate Christmas colors and call it a day. But since my partner moved in, she is a Christmas fanatic. We are stacked with
Okay.
Christmas lights and decorations and a
Mm-hmm.
tree and the whole 9 yards. There's just Christmas everywhere.
That
but
is
you
I know the
like
play?
feeling.
one
Yeah?
of the big reasons why I do not want kids is because I would be a terrible mother for Christmas. Because
No, all you got to do is buy some gifts and call it
nope,
a day.
that is too much. Asking too much. What about y'all?
What about y'all down there?
I mean, for me, I'm in the same boat with you. My partner was here for my partner was here for less than a month, and I got she bought so much Christmas stuff. I have garland on the house now. I have lights.
Yeah, well, she wanted you to get into the spirit. I think it's very sweet.
Yeah, she's big into Christmas.
That's awesome.
Me, I mean, I'm okay with Christmas. I don't mind Christmas, but I don't like having to take everything down after Christmas.
Yeah.
I prefer this version of Christmas.
Krampus,
Yeah.
spooky ooky. The Eastern European or Wales or Norway type spooky Christmas lore, like what's that cat called? The Yule Cat and the Yule Lads and Green what's the Yule Lads mom's name? Grilla, I believe.
You know way more than I do. I don't know.
Hey, so the Yule Lads are like 9 brothers, and they all do something fucking weird, and they come down from the mountains and torment people and children, or they leave gifts, if they're nice. But they do really just weird, bizarre things like lick pots and whatnot. The Yule Cat specifically is like a giant, like literal giant cat that feasts on children who don't have new clothes in time for Christmas.
Interesting.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That
I
doesn't
believe.
really seem like a fair arrangement to me, but
I
okay.
think I forget what country that was. It might be like Sweden. Someone
Guess
and
they
the,
just
and
hate the poor.
the reason for it was because they the
Hate
country's economy was solely at the time was solely like based around like the production of sheep wool, and so it was like a way to like, oh, you better get your clothes made, you better hit them quotas, baby, or else the Yule Cat's gonna come and eat your children.
So I personally like Mary Lude.
Me too. I'm starting next year. We're celebrating Mary Lude.
Cisco, can you explain what Mary Lute is?
Mary Lude is a South Wales tradition. That's what it started. It's slowly moving to America, which is great.
Iceland is also the home of the Yule Cat. I had to look that up.
But Mary Lude is where you have a group of people who go door to door with a horse head on a stick.
Horse skull.
With a horse skull on a stick that's normally decorated. And normally essentially you have a rap battle with the person inside the house requesting entry into their house. If you win, you get to come in and essentially eat and drink all you want and then leave.
Traditionally they also get like a room to sleep it off after. But yeah, so like Mary Lude, like you said, is like literally like a horse skull attached to like a pole with a long cloak, sometimes adorned with lots of little red ribbons all over it. And it would come to your door, and instead of being like a horrifying thing, the Mary Lude and its followers would start singing songs and stuff, and then like, yeah, your whole family would be just like jamming. And at some point, like you said, it comes in, eats all it can, drinks all it can, and sleeps it off in your spare bedroom. And that's how the tradition of Christmas caroling came about. And that is an actual fact.
That is 100% fact. Like, we come a caroling. It actually the original term is, or not the original term, but the original song is actually like, try to think of the original words to it. It's literally talking about what they're doing, which is, going around house to house, asking for change, asking for food, asking for beer, liquor, whatever.
So here we go, a wassailing. Is that what we're?
Yeah, wassailing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I forgot to mention the Mary Lude often has glass balls or beads or ornaments for eyes.
Oh, and delightfully creepy.
Very. There's some really great art for Mary Lude, and I'm like, we need to bring it back, baby.
I looked so hard this year for a horse skull.
So
I could
did
not
I.
find one.
Where are all the horses dying at?
Like I even looked for like a fake one, like eBay, like Amazon.
Same.
Like I was like, there has to be a fake one like from Halloween or something, because I want to get one that has like an opposable jaw. Because I saw one Mary Lude somebody had made where they had a string attached to the jaw so they could talk with it.
It's pretty sick. The best I could find was like I found some real horse skulls, but they were going for upwards of $300+, and I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
The best I could find was like bull skulls. Like
I kind of also
horse.
I kind of also don't want a real horse skull. That would probably just make me sad thinking about it. But
it's a little cruel. I mean, hey, it was gonna die eventually anyway. So.
what we'll probably have to do, Cisco, is probably have to buy one of those weird flexible rubber latex horse masks and then just paint it up to look like a skeleton horse. So just be flopping around.
Well, Nick, what are your thoughts on the Tide of Yule?
Throwing it to Nick.
Like, it's one of those things where
Christmas. There's something there.
Saint Nicholas. I mean,
Saint Nick. Oh, we found it.
Oh boy, the collection grows large.
Saint Nick.
But yeah, no, I don't know. Like, I like the idea of Christmas like a lot. I like the idea of it's very festive. You got a little bit of there's a little bit of nostalgia for like when I was a kid, which of course, when you're a kid, you're excited. Oh boy, I'm gonna get some toys. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But and going up to my grandparents, they always went all out, like decorating. They had a big old tree, and it was just nice. It was pleasant. It was homey. But like, I don't know. Like we've kind of kind of fallen off of that a little bit. We don't do much in the way of decorating around here. And then just, I don't know, like it's so commercial though. It's hard for me to, takes a little bit out of it, you know.
Yeah.
Because everybody's just trying to manipulate you into spending as much money as possible. Now, that said, this year I bought a lot more gifts than I have, which they weren't anything big. I think, you know, I went to a party and I basically gave like all of my friends who were there who play games on Steam, I gave them all $10 gift cards when they weren't looking. So
yeah, there you go. I mean, that's
like, and that felt pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I was like, okay, yeah, this is where it's at. I will say the one thing that is really nice, once you get past like missing out on the glitz and sort of the glamour and fun of like the childhood version of Christmas, like I've reached that age, you know, where you're like, someone's like, here's some socks, you're like, oh snap, I ain't gotta buy socks for myself now.
Yeah. Yeah, I've hit
winning.
that too.
So
especially in a family with 2 kids, it's like socks are, if there's a sock apocalypse in my house at all times and you can never find a matching set of socks, it drives me crazy. And there's just socks just laying around the ground, like just at all times. And yeah, if someone got me a package of socks, I would be over the moon.
My dad made fun of my mom a couple of years ago because she got me socks, some tank top, like that would go under like a long sleeve shirt that I have, like a package of underwear, like all this stuff. And he was just like, why? Like, she's 30 years old. Like, what are you doing? And I got it and I was like, I've been needing these.
Yeah.
And she was like,
it's so easy as an adult with your own money to not want to buy necessities.
Yeah.
That you're like, because you're like, oh, I want to get this thing instead, or what you know, bills maybe. You're like, these socks have some holes in them, but you know, when am I going to remember to go? Like, I'm not going to the store specifically to buy socks. Like,
yeah.
Or
plus,
like,
you know, picking out the socks that have the holes in them like requires you to make an effort of paying attention to which socks have the holes in them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, it's much easier to just wash them and try them again later.
Yep.
I'm always like, I'll take, this is a problem that I'm gonna deal with at a different point in time that is not now.
Yep.
So
and then it just
the
you
secret
just
power of procrastination.
Yeah, no
Yep.
kidding.
The listeners, send us socks.
Send us socks, please, for the love of God. I like Sauconies. I don't know how you pronounce them.
I say Saucony.
No shows, preferably.
Interesting.
Always no shows.
Maybe that's what the Let's Die gift shop needs. You need Let's Die socks.
Yeah, I'll message T Public and see if they'll start making socks for us. Although, so you mentioned like that childhood wonder, Nick. I'm sorry, Clay. I'll get to you in just a second, but I really wanted to know what is like the best gift you ever got as a kid.
Oh man, that's hard. Dang, man. Oh, I have to go back in the memory banks for that.
Because I can think of mine. Clay, what about you?
Say yours if you.
Best gift is growing up. Try to think here. That's a hard one.
And if you dare say the happiness and health of my family, I will go insane.
No, as a kid.
I mean, that's what I mean as a kid. Because as a kid, you want stuff. I can go if you guys need some time.
I think it was probably my GameCube.
Ah, see, mine's in the same realm.
What was yours, Bret? Because I know what mine was now.
So I really, really, really wanted a Sega Genesis, and I didn't get one. And I was being a little shit, a little brat that was upset he didn't, like, you know, it was a fine Christmas. I just didn't get the Genesis that I wanted. And like, I remember like leaving the room and then like, oh, hey, there's one more gift over here. It was just like right in the middle. And there it was, the Sega Genesis. It came with, you know, Sonic, I think Sonic 2 and Street Fighter 2.
Oh, nice.
It was like the coolest thing like ever. So mine was a Sega Genesis. It was my first gaming console was a Sega Genesis. So
see, that's what my GameCube was. My GameCube was my first gaming console that was mine.
Yeah.
That was not a hand-me-down. That wasn't, you know, something else. My first gaming console ever was a Sega Genesis. But it was a hand-me-down from one of my cousins.
Mine was an original Game Boy, but it was my mother's
Hmm.
and stuff. Cody, you got anything?
Same vein.
Oh,
So I can't. It's tied between my Nintendo 64, and I loved it because my mom made the Ocarina of Time, an ornament, like the game cartridge.
the cartridge.
So I walked up to the tree and I was like, "This is a Nintendo 64 game cartridge, like, but we don't have a 64." And she was like, and I was like grumpy, and she was like, "Open your damn gift."
Because here's this game that you can't play. You're like, thanks for getting me a game that I can't play. Like,
and then they did the same thing a few years later with a Game Boy Advance. They had me open all these gifts, and my grandparents were like, or my mom was like, "Here's one from me," and it was like the lights for the Game Boy Advance because it wasn't backlit, and so to be able to play like either at night or like on a road trip, trying not to play by street light, like you had to have this like light system. And I opened that and I was like, I don't have a Game Boy Advance. And
you're like, thanks, like, family who doesn't know anything about video games.
The next one was like some games for it, and I was just like, me. And then like the last gift was the Game Boy Advance, and like they got me twice, like both times.
So
I was
good.
just like so grumpy, and then I was like, oh,
that's so good.
Yeah.
We used to have a Christmas party that we went to every year, where all the kids got presents. And the year that I got my GameCube, something similar happened because I got Beautiful Joe 2 for GameCube like 3 or 4 days before I got my GameCube.
I envy y'all's youth. I'm like, oh, that new system, the GameCube.
Hey, I said Nintendo 64.
That's still younger than a Genesis by a good deal, if I'm not mistaken.
The Genesis was my mom's.
You're all three still but babes in my eyes.
Well, I mean,
the same age.
I mean, N64 is just one generation past the Genesis.
What was that fucking face? Yeah. Oh, thanks, Cody. I appreciate you.
You're welcome,
Nick.
Friend.
Were you able to? I love you too, Nick. Did we vamp enough? Do you need us to vamp more?
No, basically, I mean, I was about to say the original Beast Wars, like Monkey Optimus Primal.
Oh,
because I remember I knew my mom had gotten it, and it was just a matter of waiting until Christmas.
Oh no, that's the worst. That
she's like, no, like we're not gonna. She's like, I've got it, but you gotta wait till Christmas. It's like, oh my gosh, just like it felt like years. Like I remember feel like years.
Did yours suffer from this is going deep into like the Transformers toy collecting hobby, but did yours forearm double barrel shotgun not stay in the arm, like it just wanted to always snap out and stay out all the time?
I don't think I had that problem. I could go into my room and find him right now. He's like, honestly, I've had more of a problem with I just like lost all the pieces, which is annoying.
Megatron was the worst one. Like his transformation is so stupid and like clunky and weird, and like once his hips wear out, he's done.
Oh boy. Same. But I was gonna say probably the only thing...
I like my hips wore out though, Cody.
Can't relate.
Giggity.
But I was gonna say probably the only thing I probably was like more excited about that going back further in time. And there's a reason I forgot about it, which we get to. That was the Hot Wheels Power Loop.
Oh yes.
Wanted that thing so bad. They got me with like the commercials for that on like Fox Kids or whatever.
A deep cut there.
Yeah. And I was like, man, I want that man. That's what I want. That's all I want. And I got it, and it was like so hype. And the reason I forget about it is because within like within like a month and a half, maybe 2, it didn't work anymore.
Yeah. Oh man.
Like, the wheels just weren't strong enough to shoot any cars all the way around the loop. So they'd go like halfway up and then fall back down. And it wasn't an issue of power. It's just like the wheels wore themselves out.
Yeah.
Like it was such, and like I remember I was so excited, and then that like disappointment that like mounted, just realized this thing is basically already done. And it's just kind of like, okay. And that's how I learned about Lost, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm just kidding.
do y'all
learn about Lost?
Do y'all remember quickly here because we're running out of time? Do y'all remember the worst gift you ever got?
A Furby.
Wow, she was quick with that one.
Oh no.
And then its battery started dying, and it was in the back of my closet because I was like, this thing's dying. I don't like this anymore. So I put it in the back of the closet, and then I would go in the closet every now and then, and I would just hear like, oh, I love you, and I'm just like,
Oh god.
like why won't you die?
I'm gonna steal someone else's story to add on to that. I don't know if this is true, but I know I was watching, it was one of the morning shows. I think it was actually Kelly Ripa was talking about like they had a Furby and she got so sick of it her husband just like threw it and chucked it out into the woods behind their house, like straight out the window. And then like at night they'd like hear it talking out in the darkness. She's like, that was so much worse when we couldn't find it.
Yep.
That's incredible. I can't think of mine. It's probably like an old like a Christmas sweater from my grandma that like fit weird and was very itchy. Is about the only thing I can think of.
Mine would have to be like body wash. But that was
I
like
would take body wash.
but here's the thing, that was when I was like 15.
Oh yeah.
Oh
They
yeah.
were trying to tell you
It was like an Axe body wash kit.
Yeah. And at that point you don't care about your hygiene. You just want stuff, man. Give me some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did
Stuff,
also
stuff,
get a
stuff.
lot of makeup like in my things, and I have never worn makeup, so
Oh.
I was like, this does nothing for me.
You can use it at Halloween for, I don't know, when you dress
Nope.
up like Harley Quinn or something.
I would never dress up as Harley Quinn.
You were a woman in 2012 or whatever it was when Suicide Squad came out.
and I did not like it.
What about you,
Right.
Nick?
I honestly I can't remember. Because I think I had the sense like all I remember is I'm sure there was a gift I got one time and I didn't like it, and I just remember feeling really bad that I didn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I was
The
like,
shame.
I should be appreciative of this. Someone went through the trouble. But I don't remember what it was. That's the thing. I just remember that kind of like dull feeling of being like disappointed in myself because like I didn't appreciate this thing that someone got for me. That they took the time to pick out. And I'm like, I really don't like this thing, but like, man, I feel like a little piece of crap, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know what it was.
That means you're secretly deep down a good person, Nick.
Hey, maybe.
Actually, I thought of another one. My grandmother's sister, she'd send gifts, and it was always like some Dollar General, like toy or something, So it was like kind of on the cheap side, but it was always like 5 years too young of a toy for like my current age at that time.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't really need this like set of like, I don't know, knockoff GI Joes and their cheap plastic submarine with this cheap plastic shark, but because I'm 16 and I don't care about that stuff right now, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, folks, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have already stuffed Klay and Nick into the test tubes and shot them into the arena, baby. Do either of you have anything to proclaim before we, put the chloroform into your lungs? Cool.
We already
Oh, no,
chloroformed
Merry
Cisco.
Christmas.
You gotta catch me first, and I disappear into the walls.
Okay.
Victory
well,
for the crab people.
we'll work on catching Nick during the break.
I'm always listening, and I watch into your dreams. Anyway, here's the test subject.
Oh, jingle, jangle, jangle. Klay and Nick, both of your test pods explode upon the Omniverse as the hatches release, and you both are in the same general vicinity. Like clearly you can see each other, and I'll note that you guys remember each other from various other adventures. Now, Klay, the last thing you remember is dying. Like moments before beep 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 as your head trap was about to explode and explodicate your brains. So that's the last thing you remember. You don't remember anything that happened before that or after that, I should say. But you do remember who Nick is, or at least you recognize his face as being a Nick. You guys are in just like an open field surrounded by trees, and I should say it's rather deep snow, and it is lightly snowing, and it's moving into kind of like the later evening, like here in about an hour or two, it's probably gonna be dark. But you two both clearly see each other. Is there anything that y'all would like to do or say?
Oh, first thing I want to do is hold up, I gotta turn the lights off for this one.
Right.
Yeah, I mean naturally, because the last thing you remember is a head about to be popping.
You did the Home Alone face for.
Yeah, for audio.
Fitting for the season.
But do I recognize this Nick? Because me and him have had adventures together.
All the Nick clones look identical, really. You'll probably just have to speak to him to try and figure out which Nick he is.
Okay.
What's on a cowboy hat?
Oh, well, you know from the Codey, give me a roll real quick. Let's see if Cisco really remembers.
Nat
Klay.
20.
Nat 20. Wow. Pull out a gift card there.
Yep.
You absolutely remember that this is the one and only Cowboy Nathan.
Let's go with the one with the stripes.
Stripes.
Okay, you got a chocolate bar that gives you warmth, happiness, and you begin to glow when you eat it.
In the wreckage of your test tube, you find that thing, whatever the hell that is. Did I make that one or did you make that one?
That's my handwriting.
Okay, I was like, what the fuck? Chocolate bar. You'll also find a decanter and what appears to be an energy sword inside of your test tube wreckage. Cowboy Nathan, is there anything you'd like to say or do?
Oh, not a mite. It is awful cold though, so partner, we may need to start looking for some warmth around here.
Definitely. Let's scuttle out of here.
I'm gonna give you in the spirit of the Christmas season, the spirit of giving. I will just say that before you leave, Nathan, you happen to search your test tube wreckage, and you do find a lightsaber among the ruins there. You guys travel. Which direction are you guys going? Like, give me like a northwest, east, south. And it does matter.
Do we see anything anywhere? Like, or is it just snow all the way around?
Codey, can you give me a roll, please?
17.
17. So you see what appears to be, even though it's like lightly snowing, the visibility is pretty good. You can see to your northeast a long mountain range that runs kind of catty corner from you. Very large, very like hovering in the distance, like daunting. To the west of that, you would see up in the sky the aurora borealis, and it's beautiful, positively stunning. You also see some smoke rising in the distance in that direction. If you look to the south, you see nothing but endless woods, and if you look to the like southeast, you would see that mountain range continues going that way, but inevitably just suddenly and dramatically stops.
Well, I would vote we head towards the smoke, because where there's smoke, there's fire. And where there's fire, there's either people or one very angry bear in a forest ranger hat.
That's very true. Let's go.
Well, we'll see. Codey, give me a roll, please.
7.
Ooh, okay. You guys walk for some time, but the snow is starting to fall faster and becoming more thick. You notice that as you continue to walk, it was originally like, just up past your ankles, and now it's getting close to your knees. Like the snow is getting deeper and harder to traverse. Would anybody like to do anything? Perhaps with a laser sword.
How cold is it?
I mean, it's cold. Like if you tried, if you would need to find warmth, I would say by morning, or else you're gonna probably get hypothermia and die. Like you guys are wearing clothes, but you are not dressed for the Arctic.
Okay, is it like cold enough to the point where it's water freezes instantly cold?
No, not quite that
Oh.
cold, but you can absolutely see your breath. And I will say that Klay, your outfit consists of a hospital gown, and some booties.
And my crab
Just-
shell.
Just be happy that you got anything after the regeneration tube. Cowboy Nathan, however, is fully decked out in cowboy clothes, boots and all, and looking like a fucking stud, I might add.
He smiles and tips his hat to no one in particular for a compliment he didn't realize he'd heard.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, let's say y'all trudge on for about an hour here. Codey, can I have another roll?
5.
Oh boy, the snow is now getting upwards up to your thighs, higher portion of your thighs. It is really difficult to continue on like this. That's what I
Okay.
gotta say about that.
I've got Nathan, I've got an idea.
What you got in your mind, partner?
You still got your lightsaber on you?
I have this silver tube thingy from the last time we had an adventure together.
Okay.
I don't know what you call it.
The thing that has the light come out of it, right?
I seem to recall something like that.
Hold the end with the opening away from you and press the button.
Well, hot dang, that's a neat trick.
Okay.
As you do that, like the radiant heat from the lightsaber melts some of the snow around Nathan, pardon me.
Well, I've got an idea. This is either going to go horribly or it's going to go great. I pull out my energy sword.
Mm-hmm.
And I just slowly merge the energy sword into the lightsaber.
I have no idea what that would do. Codey, give me a roll.
I mean, they're both plasma-based weaponry.
Right, but one is
12.
They are definitely constructed differently. 12. Okay. So you merge them, which causes plasma to violently start to like spark off and just start splashing everywhere. It's not hit either of you yet, but continued usage of this is kind of like cooking bacon with no shirt. Like inevitably you will be splattered, and anywhere that the plasma touches burns instantly, and just you see like bits of snow just turn like straight to the ground.
Starting to think this may not be the best day. I'm gonna pull the lightsaber away.
Yeah, probably not.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold it down to the ground and like melt away some of the snow and see what the ground is like.
Okay.
I've got an idea. I'm going to put my decanter of endless water on top of my energy sword.
Okay.
Wait. Oh my
So-
god. Let's
okay,
hope that
so-
you don't convert endless water to endless steam instantaneously, or you're going to create some kind of problem that destroys the universe, I imagine.
So, Codey, I need a roll for Cowboy Nathan.
14.
14. You successfully managed to melt the snow in your immediate vicinity, and you see that the ground is just normal grass and dirt like that of any other foresty type field.
All right, nothing I can make a fire out of. Disappointing, but
even if you did find like wood or whatever, it would be pretty wet. It'd be really hard to make a fire to get one going. There are plenty of trees from which you could partake. They're all pine trees.
Set the forest on fire.
Klay, you pour a bunch of water on top of your plasma sword, and then it just rolls off the blade as though it were made of actual steel.
Well,
Wait, you used your decanter, right?
Yeah, I'm not pouring it onto it. I'm heating up the water in the decanter. So
Unfortunately, the amount of heat generated isn't enough to do anything more than just cause the massive amounts of water inside the decanter to just become even like raised like maybe a degree, mainly because the plasma, the energy sword from Halo does not affect water in that way. So it like water would technically just kind of just roll off of it essentially.
Gotcha.
For all intents and purposes, yours is more closely like a hard light. object, whereas Nathan's is a classic lightsaber. Anywho,
Well, I feel as we can probably still use this. And Nathan basically like points the lightsaber down. Like how well would I do just walking forward using it as a plow?
because the snow is so high up, that would be really intensive. It probably wouldn't be very what's the word I'm looking for here, Cody? Help. Vocabulary.
You repeat the prompt one more time.
He's wanting to try and use the lightsaber as a sort of plow to make a path through the snow, and I'm trying to tell him that is not very efficient.
Nathan,
that's the word.
I've got an
It's
idea.
not efficient.
I've got an idea. How far are we away from trees?
I mean, there's trees all around you. There's a smattering of them.
I'm going to go up to a tree, and I am going to cut a sliver off the tree about yay thick by about yay long.
You can absolutely do that with the energy sword. No roll needed.
And I'm going to do that to 4 trees.
You can do that.
I'm going to hand him 2. I'm going to get myself 2. I'm going to be like, do you have anything? We can tie these to our shoes or to our feet.
How many trees did you mutilate?
I did that to 4 different trees.
Cody, can I have 4 rolls, please?
I don't understand how that's gonna. Okay, 8.
That's pretty
6,
bad. That's pretty bad.
Another 6, and a nat 20.
Ooh, okay. So for the first 3 there, you don't notice this initially, but as you get through the 3rd tree, you start to notice that there's some strange mounds of snow, and they're kind of closer than you're like, were those there a second ago? Cody, we're gonna come back to the nat 20. Can you give me one more roll?
12.
Okay, you would recognize these as snowmen. There are 3 snowmen surrounding you in kind of a triangle formation, roughly at various distances, 50, maybe 60, 70 yards away. And they're all facing you, I should mention. Also, they have coal for eyes and a carrot nose and a little top hat and little buttons. Classic snowmen. Nathan, you would also see these and would just know natively that, hey, then there's some neat snow sculptures made out of snow. For the 4th one, you chop through the 4th tree, and Cody, what is it?
Through the 4th tree?
We need the nat 20 card.
Oh, right. I was like, what are you talking about? I don't have the brain to make shit up right now.
Let's do the purple with a pink ribbon.
Okay, it is a quad shot milk macchiato that grants you the immunity from poison, fire, ice, and sleep.
What the fuck? Macchiato? Macchiato.
Yeah.
And
so
can you
went to Starbucks? You got a magic
poison?
Starbucks.
It's not necessarily Starbucks. Poison, fire, ice, and sleep. So he gets immune to all of those things.
Well, he wouldn't know that unless he consumed it and witnessed.
Correct. He also has not consumed the chocolate bar that gives him warmth, happiness, and the ability to glow either.
Yeah. For sure. You find within the tree trunk of the 4th tree piping hot macchiato. Like, very strange that would be there.
So that tree's got a drink in it.
I mean, yeah, but it's also hot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cold. I'm going to down it.
Okay.
You're going to drink the whole thing just for you.
I want to drink half of it and be like, I would ask Nathan if he wants half.
That'd be mighty kind of you to share.
Here you go.
Great.
Appreciate that, partner.
So, sorry, give me a second. So,
that's okay.
Half the effects.
I was literally going to say, you're both half immune to poison. It's half damage.
No. So this is what we can do it this way. So, Cisco, you get poison and ice.
Oh.
Okay.
And Nathan gets
fire
and sleep. Okay. I get what you're putting down.
So I'm not cold anymore.
I feel mighty awake. Let me tell you, I can go all night.
So awake right now.
I also have this weird chocolate bar I found.
Well,
You hungry?
I mean, we ain't got nothing else, so I have been told you shouldn't eat too many sweets on an empty stomach. But that's up to you, sir. I definitely go for a mite bit of snacking.
Break it in half, hand him half the chocolate bar.
Okay. How do you want to do this one, Cody? Similar?
No, I guess if they're gonna both eat it, they just get warmth, happiness, and the ability to
Okay,
glow.
yeah. You both experience a mild sense of euphoria after consuming the chocolate bar. And you also feel Cisco, excuse me, you're burning up at this point. Like you're pulling on your collar and starting to sweat.
Like
Nathan,
I pictured them like sitting on a log and like they drink the drink. It's like, you want to have some chocolate? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it getting hot in here or miss me?
It does.
Yeah,
feel...
you are sweltering. Nathan, meanwhile, you are very comfortable. Like you're nice.
My shell's starting to turn red.
Already was red.
Well, it's one of them self-cooking crabs.
And you both start to notice that each other are glowing, like you're like quite honestly pregnant, like with burgeoning new life. Like you both are like look deeply into each other's eyes and just see just like warmth and happiness. It's a great feeling that you have.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Anyways, about do you have any rope?
That's the reaction. I don't believe so, unless I have some rope that I don't know about.
Or string?
No rope or string found among y'all's effects.
Well, shit. There goes a snowshoe idea.
Cody, give me a roll.
3.
You guys don't notice this, but you see. Well, you don't see. You guys don't notice this, but the snowmen are closing in on you. They've closed in probably half of their previous distance, but neither of you have noticed.
There's also sounds.
Which I guess you guys are just choosing to ignore. Nobody's mentioned it, even though you hear sounds in the distance.
I'm thinking if I had heard sounds, I'd be a mite bit interested. Now, is this like sounds like the wind? Because that's all I keep hearing you playing wind.
I mean, it could be wind. I mean, it's a legitimate.
It's a wailing.
It's a legitimate thought. Like if you're in a spooky wood and it's starting to get dark and you hear that noise, of course you're like, oh.
Let me ask you this: is the wind actually blowing right now?
I don't know, Cody. Let's find out. My dog just farted, so I wish the wind was blowing. And oh my god, he's stanking me out. Oh my god.
Wind being blown. There's like a light breeze, but like not enough to be creating the sound that you're hearing.
Hey, you notice that, partner? There's an awful lot of wind whistling through these trees for there being not really any wind to blow.
Is that howling?
I don't know, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't want to turn into a crab cake. We should probably get moving. And hold up, were those snowmen this close before?
Are you're asking Nathan?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, partner, I can't rightly say, but the answer is no, they weren't.
So what would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna start nonchalantly, like, kind of moving towards the gap between. Well, seems to me we ought to keep on moving.
That wasn't me. I don't know what that was. Who played a wolf sound effect? Was it because it was?
It was not. It was not.
In the distance, you hear random wolves, clearly distinctly different than the howling you heard previous. So, stands to reason there's wolves in these woods.
Okay, I don't want to turn into a crab cake. Let's get scuttling.
So you guys are scuttling away. Cody, give me a roll. I'm assuming you guys are still moving towards the smoke in the distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only
11. The snow lets up a little bit, and you hit some terrain where it's like not up to your thighs anymore. It's probably below your knees at this point. So you guys are able to make some distance. However, you both notice that every time you turn around, the snowmen seem to have moved closer to you, but you never see them move ever. You could walk
Okay.
backwards, they don't move. The moment you turn your head and turn back, they're closer.
All right, Nathan. We got two things. You got a thing that just blasts out heat. You just want to melt these things.
Well, frankly, they might be some kind of ephemeral abomination. I don't know if I want to risk fighting them if we don't have to.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna turn. I'm like while we're scuttling away, I'm just going to open up my decanter of endless water and just spray water behind us.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll for that because the decanter of endless water has a quantity based on a roll.
Yeah.
I rolled a 4, which means for the remainder of this session, however much water comes out, however much you want comes out, you get to decide.
Let's say about a 6-inch fire hose.
Okay, and so you're just coating the ground in behind you as a means to like try and stop them, I guess.
Just pretty much soaking everything behind us in water, including them, probably.
Okay, that's fine. So you successfully coat the ground in the snow and the snowmen themselves with water, which at first would start to melt them as the friction from the moving water would hitting the soft snow would cause it to melt. But after several minutes, it starts to freeze, and what you're left with is your snowmen no longer look like adorable classic puffy snowman. Now they look like eldritch demonic entities with like icicles blasted spikes all around them because yeah, they look bad, but they're still technically there.
Carter, I think you just made them more dangerous.
It's at this point that you go actually, Codey, give me a roll. We'll see if they notice this.
18.
18. So okay, so you both noticed this. The snowmen underneath their surface that got blasted away by the water before it froze, you would have noticed that there's like bits of like candy canes and peppermint candies and marshmallows and chocolates like just in their like just embedded in their bodies. But it's at this point also that now that the ground is nice and icy, they start to move. You start to see them actually move towards you both, and they're just like gliding across the ice like they're like pro ice skaters. And it's starting off real slow, and then they're gonna start picking up speed, and they're gonna just keep sliding towards you both.
Can I point the decanter at one of them and push it back?
I mean, you have control over how much is ejected from your decanter. Codey, can you give me a roll for that?
8.
8. Somehow you manage to overshoot the pressure from the decanter, sails over the snowman's head, but just barely. Behind it though gets covered in water, and now the snowman you were aiming at is getting within, I would say, 20-ish feet of you. Nathan, what would you like to do?
Are we on an uphill or a downhill?
I would say it's just a small, slight slope where you guys were going up.
Okay.
Motherfuckers always try to skate uphill.
Well, there goes the one idea I had. All right, well, I guess the whole fighting thing is what's about to happen here.
Mm-hmm.
What I wouldn't give for a 6-shooter. I ain't no swordsman, but
you got a lightsaber against snowmen.
Yeah, that's
so got an idea.
Okay, are you telling this to
yeah,
Nathan?
Yeah, Nathan, I got an idea. Your lightsaber creates a lot more heat than mine.
Oh, I've already got like Nathan would definitely pull out the lightsaber and get it ready. I'm trying to decide. Like, I guess he might know a little bit about cavalry sabers, possibly. I don't know.
I mean,
on the
it's
other
a lightsaber, so you could just swing it around like a table
That's
leg or
true.
a bat.
It's just
It'd
it's one of
probably
these things.
be
Like
pretty
I feel
effective.
like so far I haven't really been leaning into that because like you wouldn't really know what to make of it.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
guess,
you just like treat it like a whacking stick, you
Like
know?
a stick, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you're not facing a Jedi or a Sith, you're probably gonna come out on top.
all right, so he gets ready for the approaching
Yep.
monster.
I would say one of them is coming really within striking distance of you.
And as it approaches, he's gonna try to sidestep and just like baseball bat swing the thing.
Sure. We don't need a roll for this, Cody.
Okay.
The lightsaber slashes through the middle of the snowman, and it just like slides past you as the top half of its body just ka-chunks to the ground. Dead silence, dead motion, done. But you start to see both halves start to crystallize and start to reform into two separate snowmen.
Right.
Damn it to hell.
So now there's 4 snowmen.
All right, so Nathan's gonna take a few more swings. Like he's gonna divide these things down.
I will
Oh!
say, are the snowmen? Do they get smaller, or are they reform?
Yeah,
with the
that's an
same
important
size?
question.
They're fully reforming.
Okay.
Okay,
They're
so if they're the
drawing-
same size, then heck no.
They are in their element. They are completely surrounded by snow and ice, and they can draw that from. You guys wouldn't know this, but they would be able to draw that from the land terrain around them, and to make up the materials of their bodies.
Well, they're snowballing.
Yeah, they're snowballing.
Play a land card and change the terrain.
Cody, can you give me a roll?
19.
You both are back to back with your various weaponry against. Well, Nathan just chopped one of them up into 100 little pieces, so you got your swarm of snowmen, uncountable at this point. Their coal eyes staring dead into your souls and just ready to royally fuck you up. When suddenly you hear a little jingle jangle, which has a sound. Yeah, that one. That's it. We'll go with that.
Close enough.
We can't hear
A-
yours.
Oh,
a bunny rabbit on a sled, a red and white striped sled, comes down the hill from the direction that you were heading initially, and it's got like a little bell on the front, and it just plows through a bunch of these snowmen and says, "Hurry!" What do you guys want to do?
Wait, what did you say? You broke up. I didn't quite hear.
Oh, I'm sorry. He said, "Hurry, get on," but in a high-pitched, rabbity voice.
Well, there is something you don't see every day. And then Nathan jumps on. Come on, partner. It's
Yep,
better than
let's go.
sticking around here.
You guys get onto the sled, and the rabbit just like it's like he's connected to the sled. It just goes, and it starts going uphill through some magical means and away from the snowmen. You guys make some distance, and you no longer see the snowmen, but rest assured, they're still a coming. And along with the sled, you also have, in addition to the rabbit, by the way, this rabbit has a scarf on. And there with him is a little tiny little bird, like a little songbird, who has a little tiny Christmas hat. What would you guys like there? And you're still sledding, mind you. You haven't stopped. You're still sledding in a direction which you both would notice is where the smoke is coming from.
Thanks for the lift there, partner. Ain't every day you get to meet a talking anthropomorphized rabbit, but I do kindly appreciate it.
Cody, would you like to be the bird? And I'll be the rabbit.
Sure.
You're welcome. We don't get a lot of folks visiting up this way. At least not anymore.
Yeah, I imagine an army of killer snowmen probably makes visiting pretty difficult.
Well, it certainly keeps intruders from us, but some people are more empathetic than others.
They didn't
Wanna
used
save
to
people.
They didn't used to always be like that. They used to just protect the forest, but now they'll kill anybody that steps foot in the enchanted wood. My name is Tumbleybook.
Book.
Yeah, and this is Cody. Who
Steve.
are you?
My name is Steve.
Tumbly Book and Steve.
Mr. Tumbly Book and Steve. Names for the ages. Get your T-shirt now.
Not Tumbly Book. Steve is wearing a hat, but looks less than impressed. Clearly, Tumbly Book is making Steve wear a Christmas hat.
Well, we'll get to that.
I have a bill now, by the way.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah. So, like, the snowmen were the guardians of the forest to keep people from harming it, and also keep people at bay from Santa's workshop. But lately,
we had too many people trespassing.
Yeah, there's a whole thing.
Some people kept like sending people here in these like test tube things.
Don't even get us started with the drones technology.
It's all just.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to shield yourself from Google satellite imagery?
But it's more annoying having to clean up the mess after the snowmen, so we've just started bringing people in, The snowmen make quite a mess.
Look, you guys, we're just gonna put it out there. We could use some help.
What's going on?
Well, I wasn't always a rabbit. You see, I'm an elf, or at least I was.
And I'm not. I haven't always been a crab.
That's fair. I just assumed you were under a curse like me.
I am.
Is Steve just a bird, or is it also an elf under a curse?
Steve was an elf, but enjoys being a bird.
Okay.
It's like, I'm living my life. Screw you guys.
I can fly now.
All the belief in the world and in Santa is starting to dissipate, and the lack of that belief is causing us to revert back to our original primal forms. We can't find Santa, and we can't build toys because we got these big dumb paws and little stupid wings. All the elves are like little animal folk now. As Tumbly Book explains all of this stuff to you, you finally come across where the smoke is coming from, and it is a massive, what would be a workshop, classic Icelandic style building, snow covering the roof, and a raging smoke coming from the massive chimney. You guys are going to get there safely and depart, and Tumbly Book and Steve are going to show you inside.
Steve is a great gray shrike, by the way.
Okay.
I just used a random bird generator.
It's canon. Mark it down. Put it in the wiki. So you guys are going to enter, and inside you're going to see just assembly lines worth of toys just not being worked on, and instead you're seeing just tons of just animals everywhere. Like there's a deer just like chewing on one of the wooden trains, and you see like a little monkey. Funny enough though, the monkey is actually doing its job because it still has opposable thumbs, so it's like using a screwdriver and stuff on the jack in the box. But you see an assortment, a host of various animals that not all are seemingly belong in a winter wonderland.
Yeah, so I was thinking.
Yeah, the hippopotamus in the corner is just kind of chilling, like
all I want for Christmas is a hippopotamus.
So what would you guys like to do?
So what happened to Santa?
We don't know. He just disappeared. We assume he probably reverted back to his primal form too.
All right. So you know what that means, Nicodemus?
I don't know no Nicodemus.
Nathan, you know what that means?
Breaking the fourth wall. The hand of God comes out and strangles Klay and resets time. Oh, damn it! He turns his time turner piece to go back several seconds to
Nathan, you know what that means?
It's time to get tracking, unless it's something else.
I was gonna say time to get a pillow and a false beard.
Oh, interesting.
Trying to take the power of Christmas for yourself. Can't decide if that's terrifying or a good idea.
That's not a bad idea. If you guys could deliver all the toys to all the kids in the whole world, you could help restore the belief in Christmas and save it.
Yay.
Man, need like
Steve's like, yay.
Yay.
Well, we need a magic sled and some kind of time travel powers, probably.
Well, we got the sled cover, but we can't find the reindeer.
I see. So our first objective is to get some reindeer. Got it.
By any chance, do we have 8 reindeer-shaped elves here anyway?
Well, I did mention that there was a deer. There is a hippo. There's a bird, Steve. Great gray shrike.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You have a rabbit. And Cody, do you have your random animal generator up?
I have a random bird
Oh, there's also
generator.
a monkey, like a chimp.
The other random the other 2 more random birds, a grasshopper warbler
Hey.
and a golden eagle.
Oh, okay. Thank God there's no mice. Some eagle. I already forgot.
There were a lot of mice, but
Yeah.
I'm also
something tragic happened here.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what you got. You got a deer, you got a hippo, you got an eagle, you got a grasshopper warbler, you got a great shrike, you got a chimp, you got a rabbit, and I'm sure I'm forgetting something.
All right, so this is not enough to power a sleigh.
Well, it's not powered by animals. It's powered by belief.
Are you saying that out
but-
loud?
Yes.
Yeah.
As
are?
Steve, I'm saying it's not powered by animals. It's powered by belief. If you believe that these animals could do it, if you truly were to believe, or like the kids were truly to be able to believe, but
That would be
so hard to
metagaming,
make people
brother.
believe anything nowadays,
So
They got
if
all
we
that
hooked up,
social media and whatnot.
Yeah.
You
I
don't
don't
have
know
a
what it
phone,
is.
so you can't send a tweet.
so if we hooked up the eldritch horrors that were the snowman to the front of this thing,
And they'd eat us.
You
rather
have
than
to-
following us
You
around,
would have to
like-
catch them and detain them in some way. And I don't think that they would be able. I don't think that they would fly very well. I think they would probably try to attack you.
Well, if this is about belief, then all we gotta do is lower the threshold for believing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We got ourselves a workshop, and I know a thing or two about hitching horses to a cart. Let's get started.
alrighty.
Am I to understand that you're gonna build horses from toy parts? Like make
No,
toy horses?
That was the idea. What Nathan is going to try to do is he's going to get volunteers from among the elf animals
Mhm.
and make reasonably appropriate harnesses from
Oh.
things that are laying around.
I mean, that works too. Cody, can you give me a roll?
Oh yeah. 9.
It takes you quite a while to get this done. But you do inevitably succeed for some limited success. You don't have enough materials quite to like you could choose. Do you want to use enough materials to make one for the hippopotamus, or would you rather split those up so that you can have more of the other animals join in?
I would say more than the other animals because I feel like the hippopotamus would go through the roofs.
It'd be like a 3-to-1 ratio, but I get what you're picking up here. So the hippo is going to have to be left behind, unfortunately. But so you get enough. Keep in mind, it's really just you two and
The
a
monkey.
chimp making these. Cody, can you give me a roll for the quality of these items? 7. They're pretty shitty. Let's be real. The monkey keeps scratching his butt and then touching things, and it's kind of gross. And you guys are using flathead screws, and the screwdriver keeps slipping off for reasons that you
God.
can imagine, and it's just really a fucking. And if
Why
you've
the
ever
heck is
tried to
anyone-
put,
Why
Yeah.
the heck is anyone in this day and age not using Torx bits?
look, if anybody's ever tried to push a flathead screw into a hard wooden surface, you
You know, I just-
understand.
I just want
the
to say, like,
pain.
me and my dad have been building an extension on the house. I know I'm breaking the game for a second, but like, Phillips heads, flat heads, like, oh my god, get them out of here! I can't stand them. Like, Torx
Yeah.
bits all the way. Like,
Yeah,
nothing else.
Nathan, I appreciate that you understand where I'm coming from with this special type of agony. Always, I agree with you. But in this case, no. Your work is kind of shoddy, but you inevitably get it together and you're able to leash up a chimp, a grasshopper, a warbler, an eagle, the gray great shrike, and a rabbit.
Also, by any chance, is there
And
a
a
toy
deer,
horse
and a
here
deer.
anywhere?
Cody, give me a roll. I like
7.
a 7. Did you are you looking for one or did you ask someone?
I'm looking around for one. If I can't find one, I'll ask one of them. I'll be like, toy horse department.
Okay, so 7, you did not find one, but when you ask, they're like, "Well, yeah, man, like we have them. They're in the basement. Like no kid wants a toy horse anymore. What do you think this is? The 1930s or something?"
Got this. Go down to the basement, grab a toy horse.
Okay, you have a toy horse in your inventory.
I'm going to put Mary Lude, motherfuckers. Mary Lude.
I saw that coming.
The elves look at you confusedly, and they're just like, "Oh, right, that thing from forever ago, that ancient tradition that no one celebrates anymore." And then Steve starts tweeting, and as he's speaking, his words devolve from common to tweeting. Steve.
I think they like shriek though.
Well, whatever, Cody.
Why would you get a toy horse?
Yeah. So what's happening is the elves are further reverting into their animal selves, and they're beginning to lose their sentience. They're becoming legitimate animals. You guys better get a move on. And I just dropped like 30 dice.
Well, we didn't hear it. It's fine.
All right, Nathan,
Okay,
let's get
good.
in the sleigh. Let's get in the sleigh and get delivering.
All right.
Cody, I need a roll for the sleigh.
Thought
Sleigh
you-
action here.
I
thought you
believe-
just
I believe.
dropped like 30 dice. 17. Is she working?
Say it again.
I said she working.
She working. The sleigh manages to you both are like, oh, I believe in everything.
And I'm going to harness the happiness and glowing inside of me
Hey,
to power the sleigh.
you know what? Advantage. Cody, give me another roll.
13.
13. Okay, so you guys begin. Tumbly Book instructs you all on the ways of Christmas and how to slow down time and use Santa's shape-shifting powers to squeeze down into exhaust pipes in roofs or chimneys, because not everyone has very few people have chimneys nowadays, it seems like. But you basically become masters of squeezing into small places and delivering gifts. Cody, can you give me, let's see, Cody, how many continents are there in the world?
7.
Not including Antarctica? 6. So give me 6 rolls.
4.
Okay.
12. 17. 3. 6. Do you need one more?
Hang on. Start over. I heard a 6. I heard a 12.
17.
17.
19.
There was a 4 in there, wasn't there?
There was a 3.
A 3. 19 and a 3. That is 6.
Okay.
Okay, so Mr. Tumbly Book dies over the continent of Australia during those runs.
No.
Yeah, he straight up bitten by a big ass spider and had his fluids drained. Pretty horrible stuff. Poor guy. That's the 3. You managed to get through Africa. 19. Just lickety split right through that thing, no issues. The whole country is just swelling with belief.
I want to add something that Nathan is doing.
Okay, sure.
I'm no good at singing, but Nathan would probably try to get a guitar from all the mess and be playing festive songs as they go across the world.
You're playing the song from Guardians of the Galaxy's Christmas special.
I don't
Maybe, I
know
don't know.
what Christmas is, but Christmas time is here. And you hear,
But translated into like cowboy.
sure. We'll say that was your European stop was a 6, and you stole that guitar from one of the homes you visited, and
Oh no.
that person was so upset that you stole their like dead grandfather's like possession that they left them, that their belief is going in the opposite direction.
Oh no.
But
The rest-
song, the Christmassy song, it
You-
kinda, like, makes up for it.
You also managed to run over several grandmas.
Grandma got run over
So-
by a grasshopper warbler.
Yeah, exactly. So Europe didn't go quite so well. North America, you rolled a 17, so pretty much without a hitch, you guys managed to fill everyone with the spirit of joy and whatnot. And Cody, there's another continent that I can't think of.
There's South America, and then there's
South America.
Asia.
Oh, then we need one more roll.
What the fuck? 18.
18. Wow. So you guys get through Asia like it's bread and butter, baby. You're doing great. And then South America is a 12. It kind of goes off with that with a hitch. A couple of your elves have reverted back into just full on animals, and they're just like freaking the fuck out because they're tied to a sleigh. Yeah. We'll say the chimp and the he's not here, but the hippo back in the toy shop, and another one of the birds, we'll say the eagle, are all flipping the fuck out. But good news is that was your last continent. Well, it's your last continent, but you have one more house to do. You land with some considerable effort on this family's roof. They do have a chimney. What do you guys want to do?
Well, partner, it's the last one. You want to go first, or shall I?
You go first. You go first in case they see in case we get another person seeing a giant crab monster coming through their thing.
All right.
Remember what happened in Wales?
Yeah. It's of note that if you saw a full-grown cowboy man with a guitar in your living room on Christmas Day, you'd probably also be like, "Get the hell out of my house, you meth head!"
But we also have
Stealing my stuff.
shape-shifting powers,
Speak
don't
for
we?
yourself.
You can't shapeshift. You can change your shape to fit into like chimneys and stuff, so you can enter homes easily.
All
But you
right.
couldn't like turn into somebody.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well,
Cody.
Na-
So Nathan's going first. Is that what I've come to
Yep.
understand?
Yep.
All right, Cody, can you give me a roll? Nothing.
I said 13.
Oh, your audio cut out.
Oh.
So Nathan's magic successfully shoots him down the chimney. Can you give me one, Klay? I'm assuming you're going in after him.
Yep.
Okay.
Plays nat 20.
Nat 20. Get a gift card out, baby.
How many nat 20s this time?
I know. Let's just hope it's none of the ones that I wrote, because then mine are apparently overpowered, like lightsabers shit.
Let's go with the red. Let's go the red bow with the red one.
Okay. Fat stack.
Fat stack. So you both
Roll
get
percent. I don't know what the percent means.
you oh, it says roll percentage.
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on. You both enter, go through the chimney, and you're in the living room where the halls are decked, and there's stockings, excuse me, and a tree, a modest tree. This is clearly like a middle income type home, like nothing like crazy or whatever. You've both determined that Klay is going to take care of the cookies and milk this time. Upon walking up to the said cookies and milk, and you'll notice that someone left Santa a big fat stack of cash, approximately 53.342% of the average income of this continent, which is South America. So Cody, help me with math.
Okay, let me look.
Gee.
South America average income.
There's a couple of countries in South America that are not economically well.
It's
Nine
about-
thousand.
Yeah. So it's about $4,500. No small amount. Let's be real. Accompanying the fat stack is a note from a little child named Pablo, who says in the note, "Don't ask how I got it, but what I really want for Christmas is my mommy and daddy to get along."
That there's a tough one.
Is
I've
that
got an idea.
in their power?
I've got an idea.
I don't know, maybe.
I got an idea. I would take the $4,500. I am, and I'll be like, Nathan, I've got an idea. I go back up the chimney.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to go try to find a marriage counselor.
Cody, can you give me a roll for that?
I don't.
Let me check the list.
I want him to succeed. It's a 3.
Unfortunately, you're unable to find a marriage counselor in this random country in South America.
How about a priest?
Got a priest in that dice, Cody?
14.
They do
Yep.
love Jesus down there. Yeah, you find a priest, and he's like, "Ah, sacre bleu." He's from
I'm
France. He's a missionary from France.
I am going to be like, hey, I need you to do some marriage counseling work for these two people. Here is $4,500. If you don't mind, it's Christmas.
The
7.
priest. Well, the priest is taken aback by the money, and he said he thanks you graciously for your donation, but also says, "What are you doing? It is Christmas. Like, I am tired, bro. Oui, monsieur. Sacre bleu."
Late house call. Let's just say doing rounds with Santa. Let's go with that. Or Saint Nicholas.
They need a Christmas miracle.
A
Come
Christmas
on.
miracle. Cody, can you roll a Christmas miracle?
19. I sure can.
After further explaining, the priest just gets a feeling in his spirit, like he senses your warmth and happiness, and he just decides like this person means well and they are good despite the language barrier, and
the crab,
and the fact that you're part crab. Because let's be honest. At first, he was like "El Diablo, por favor," but that was the wrong language. That's not really French, is it? Anyway, he returns with you to the home, and you appear before Nathan with a marriage counselor French priest. Well, he's not really a marriage counselor. He's just a French priest. French priest. Enjoy a French toast.
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, all right, so this little boy wants his mommy and daddy to get along better. That's the only thing he wanted for Christmas.
And a fire truck.
Yeah, that wasn't on the note.
Well, that's what's on Santa's note.
That's it.
But we're going to leave that to you, and we're going to go.
Oh, you're just leaving the priest to figure it out.
I don't know anything about marriage counseling. Nathan, do you know anything about marriage counseling?
I mean, not especially.
Okay, so you're just leaving a priest in the living room.
Yep.
With no explanation.
That's a terrible idea.
Taking off.
No, I'm sure we would told him what was going on.
I mean, you told the priest.
It was a 13, so the priest is mildly successful.
You mean with marriage counseling, or just waking them up without getting murdered?
The counseling.
Okay, so while you guys have left at this point, while you're gone, he manages to wake up the man of the home, the husband, and they're able to drive over.
I would have written some kind of note. I think Nathan would have.
Okay.
Wrote some kind of letter.
So with that context, he speaks with the husband and explains to him how he's been spending too much time at work, and they drive over to the wife's apartment because they're divorced, and they work it out to where they're able to amicably have split custody, but they're able to stand being around each other enough to enjoy a Christmas with their young child, who's like, "This is the best Christmas ever, but I really wanted a fucking fire truck."
bad.
But enough
One or the other.
belief. You guys return to the North Pole. Oh, spoiler, it's the North Pole. To Santa's workshop, where as you get there, the animals stop freaking the fuck out and they start to change. And before you know it, you've got a roster full of naked elves in shoddily made harnesses in front of your sled as you pull into Santa's workshop. A bunch of them are like, "What the hell happened? Why are we naked?" Oh, but upon
Steve is mad that he lost the ability to fly.
after unharnessing your naked elf friends and entering the workshop, something seems off. It is dark and cold inside, and there's no sign of the hippopotamus anywhere. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna use my lightsaber. I'm gonna hold my lightsaber over my head like a glow stick and start looking around.
Okay. Codey, they don't need to roll for this.
Okay.
There are snowmen everywhere, and they're inside. They caught up while you were gone. They are inside the workshop, and they're all just staring at y'all with their dead eyes.
Turn the lightsaber back off.
Hold up.
Yeah,
This
they
is
don't exist if you can't see them, right?
I will give you all a chance to prepare.
Let's see. Addressing one of the elves that's still with us. Y'all got a thermostat in this place?
Okay.
Thermostat, we're warmed by belief. Like
Magic,
What?
yeah.
You don't know how to build a fire. What are you doing?
Well, there's a fireplace and like some like blacksmithy type stuff, but that stuff
I don't know
wouldn't.
how to do that.
I mean, that stuff's cold too. Like you wouldn't have time to get the forge up and running.
Question.
Sure.
Are these elves? Or are
They're
these
like-
like Buddy the elves?
No, these are not Buddy the elves. These are the classic small, tiny elves.
Keebler elves.
Keebler elves.
What I'm
Thank you.
talking about
Thank
are
you.
do they have a mad sweet tooth?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Are you
Do
gonna try to? I
We'll
think I
see.
see where you're going with this. You're gonna try to convince them to eat the snowman.
These snowmen are made of candy underneath. and all these, who knows how long it's been since these people have eaten.
I think
17.
you convinced the naked elves to attack the snowmen. However, the snowmen, like that would be well and good and probably work if the snowmen weren't capable of defending themselves. Codey, can you give me, let's see, how many freaking, there was like 3 birds, a chimp, a deer, and is that it? The rabbit's dead.
Rabbit's dead. Hippo's probably dead because it was
We don't know where he's at right now.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was like 3 birds and
So 5 elves. Codey, can you give me 5 rolls to determine their
3.
fates? Ooh,
deceased.
1 deceased.
12 injured.
Right. Okay, so I will say the first one was impaled by icicles. The second one was initially mildly successful before it was thrown against the wall and knocked unconscious.
13.
Similar fate. This elf gets struck down to the ground, but not unconscious.
18.
This elf succeeds and managed to plant his head straight into the candy heart of one of the snowmen and crunches it like a hard, nasty peppermint mint that you find in a random bowl at your grandma's house. Crunching on its candy heart causes this snowman in particular to just crumble into snow pellets.
Does it regenerate or anything?
That one does not.
Okay.
What's the last roll?
13.
Same thing as the one previous. It gets knocked to the ground, not unconscious, but he took a smack on the noggin.
Okay. Well, we know how to kill these.
Yeah.
Sure. You
Get
guys,
out their hearts and eat them.
I was just saying, well, all right. I'll let you do that. Like, Nathan takes note of where anatomically, I guess, that would have been on the snowman, and he's gonna try to like stab the lightsaber through one in the same place to see if he can get results.
we're just gonna bypass this for the sake of time. Cody, give me one roll.
18.
You managed to kill 18 snowmen this way. The other 20, however, it's entering that second portion of the Final Fantasy fight where it's like not quite God, but it's like turning into God. They start forming a mass, and instead of being separate individuals, they're connecting to each other to form one giant ice golem.
Snovastator.
It's Snovastator. Snovastator. Smash. Yeah. So now that's what you're looking down on, or looking up at, I should say.
Nathan, I've got this.
Oh, you got it. I'm leaving it to you. Just don't try to sacrifice any more of our friends to that thing, please.
I'm like, I'm gonna say here, hold my energies. I need your. I'm gonna need your lightsaber. Here's my energy sword.
Fair trade. All right, go for it.
Okay, I'm going to aim myself right where this thing's giant fucking heart would be.
It's actually a collection of many hearts, but they're all clustered up.
Okay, I'm going to turn my decanter around. I'm going to open it. I'm going to use it as a jetpack.
Okay. Cody?
15.
What?
15.
15? Sure, it works. Yeah, you managed to somehow lift yourself off the ground with your jetpack, your aqua jetpack.
And I'm going to get up to their heart, and I'm just going to go ham on eating.
Okay. Cody, give me a roll.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. You managed to consume all 20. And while with each one you consume, it's thrashing around and parts of it are falling off. And as the snowmen crumble into just powdered snow, you see rolling from its corpse the hippo. And the hippo starts changing, and it turns into jolly old Saint Nick himself. And he's like, "Whoa, what happened?" But you guys explain to Santa what happened, and he thanks you so much for saving Christmas. Congratulations. And he offers you one thing from his magic sack. Let's see what you all reach in to get. Cody, give me a roll, please.
Oh, you don't want the gift cards?
No, not the gift cards, not the gift cards. No,
okay. A 1.
Okay, a 1, and then give me another roll.
A 20.
A 20. Okay, so who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, Cowboy Nathan. You get a drill press machine.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, sure. Why not? 2, 3, 4, 5,
Find a way to
6,
use
7,
that.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Klay, you get a keyboard. We'll say it's a wireless, like Logitech Bluetooth keyboard. It's got all the we'll say it's like Razer or something. Like it's got the fancy backlights and the ergonomic features and yeah, all that fancy shit. Fully programmable. I don't know what computer you're going to use it with, but you have a keyboard. Cody, can you remind me to take that from him so he doesn't like hack into our shit later? And congratulations, folks. That's going to do it for us. Congratulations to you, Klay, and to you, Nick, for beating the simulation. as the world gets fuzzy and loopy and you guys wake up in some test tubes. Codey, we gotta stop giving them shit. Like, why did we even put like good things in there?
Because it's Christmas. I was wondering where my quad shot macchiato went though, honestly.
We've been, you know what? Fair. Totally fair. You know, I lost a lightsaber in there a couple months ago. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wow. I guess we've been naughty, huh? Well, Codey, there's nobody I would rather be naughty with.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
To-
Chrysler.
to one and all, baby. Jesus, what was that?
That was Clay's bell. He has a better bell now.
Oh, it was very jarring.
Yeah.
It scared me. Go jingling, jingling too. It calls for lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Giddy up, let's go. We're going to our sex dungeon. I hope you brought your ball gag with you. Giddy up, grab your whip. I'm gonna slap you in the hip.
Oh my god.
Sorry, we signed a contract with Dorian Gray or whatever the fuck his name was, and yeah,
Oh, hell yeah.
50 Shades of
Oh no, I don't want to do that one.
50 Shades of Snow White Christmas.
No, I'm good.
50 Shades of Snow.
This episode's been
Oh, are you
sponsored
saying
by Love
Owen
Honey.
Gray?
Oh yeah, Owen Gray. Yeah, 50 Shades of Owen Gray.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Never mind. Ho
and-
ho ho. So much Christmas cheer.
Everyone have a naughty Christmas. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.